The minute they talk about your God, look at what you doing. Acting like a bitch, losing all your emotion. So another said the God is a bitch. Yes, I said the motherfucker's a bitch. You said that you talk so much about Kemet. I don't give a fuck about that because it's all man-made shit. You don't see me turned up and going crazy and putting your name. Oh, Judah said this. I don't give a fuck.
Shaka. I don't give a fuck what Ramesses said. I'm Sarnetta. Ramesses was just another man, bro. I don't worship them motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck what Ramesses said. I don't give a fuck what Akhenaten said.
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
There's nothing special about you because you following some spook-ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
How can I let Red Pill come? Red Pill just have a different ideology than me, but he's still a brother. That 14-year-old African is an African. He's not my brother. He's not my people, period.
You're wrong. You don't know. Everybody on my circuit, they against the Israelites. We hate the Israelites. We can't stand their doctrine.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
Polite, if let's say Polite is innocent, he could be a partial victim. You know, maybe he broke up with the girl. Who knows, you know, what happened in that instance. But the only true victim is that girl. So I think that's what we need.
And I think that's being a hypocrite because you have a member of ISUPK who was locked up for child molestation, for rape, or whatever it is, and y'all still support him. Here it is, Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all wouldn't support him. See the double standard?
What
you
double
have a member
standard?
in ISUPK, which y'all support him financially. You put money on his books. But Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all already.
This how I know you taking a strong. This how I know
brother.
you take a strong position of Polite's innocence, regardless of waiting till the verdict come, because you keep bringing up the same exact thing, even though I've explained the position dozens of times. How many times do I have to explain the same exact position? So in that instance, the brother took a lie detector.
Even if you explain it, it still remains the same, though, Captain.
No,
you still support
what remains the same?
Guilty.
But what remains the same, though?
That he was found guilty.
Definitely was found guilty. But he also
Polite was not found guilty.
I'm not saying don't support him, though.
Right.
Brother, you said if the brother come on my channel, you done.
Wait.
And you know you got me, man. You got me. I said, all right, brother.
That's right. But what?
All right, peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another Sarnetta TV House of Consciousness production. You already know what it is. This is your brother Sarnetta. I am your host, and I'm bringing in another heavy hitter. You brothers and sisters better be ready. When we build this wall, this Kemetic wall, oh my God, ain't nothing stopping. We bringing in another young brother. He's a scholar. You one leave, 5 more come in. Reggie leave. 5 more come in. You know what I'm saying? Garfield leaves and turn his back on Kemet. 10 more come in. We already got Chris Harris. We bringing in another brother who is awesome, who is powerful. I would say I don't know, between him and Jabari, I would say they probably right here until I see the brother's work and ethic. And if he can handle the ring, getting in, or the battlefield, or whatever, anybody that come at him, if he can deal with that pressure, I think he can, because he's Kemet. And so without any further ado, I bring to you my brother Shaka in the building. What's up, Shaka? He runs the channel of Ma'at Forever. So if y'all are aware of that, make sure you go and subscribe to my Art Forever channel. Go over there and show some love for our brother. Peace and black power to you. Hotep. Shaka, what's happening, man? Unmute yourself.
Hotep Sen-E Sanera,
Yeah.
thank you for the invitation. I just want to greet the people as I usually do. Hotep Senu, Hena Senut, Itir, and Ishakandugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. Bonjour, Sak Passe, Mbote, all that good stuff.
Damn, don't
Habari
y'all hear
gani?
that? Don't that sound beautiful to your ears, man, right there? Just to hear him go in on that. I know he dealing with knowledge, man.
Have you ever met their Father Banger?
No, I've seen him. I've seen him, but
You've seen him.
I'm not acquainted with
Well,
him.
you seen
Yes.
him on YouTube?
But but brother, you like to say I know him and him. In 30 years, you don't have a book, you don't have a
No.
website, you don't have a platform. You have to go on other people's platforms. So you can talk all you want that you were acquainted with
Well,
whoever.
you don't.
It
You
doesn't
have
hold any
anything.
bearing
I mean,
with your scholarship.
Listen. I think everybody knows my work. You're just being introduced. Okay?
What is your work? You've been carrying their suitcases. You went errand and bought them drinks and coffee and tea. Everybody can do that. That's why I nicknamed you Butler.
So Sanetta, Sanetta, so you allow this person to talk about. I carry Sanetta's bags and suitcases.
So you are Butler for Sanera as well. It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
and Sanera called you the B word. You did not object. You don't have any backbone, Reggie.
You know.
The proto-Semitic Allah burning down tells us was a black dog represented by a black bull whose hide denoted his black skin.
Here's the picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue, a little closer and a little bit from the side here. Now this headdress is actually the Atef crown. If you go on Webster's online dictionary, that's what it says. Atef is the specific feathered white crown of the Egyptian deity Osiris. It combines the head jet, the crown of Upper Egypt, with red ostrich feather for the Osiris cult. The Atef crown identifies Osiris in ancient Egyptian painting. If you go to Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says Atef, hold on, a tall crown with a long feather on each side, shown in the art of ancient Upper Egypt as worn by Osiris. Okay? Here you can see Osar or Osiris with the Atef crown. This is from the papyrus of Nebket. It's actually in the Louvre Museum, and you can see me filming that papyrus on the video entitled Reality Check. Why black people ain't going nowhere. But you might as well put Afro Style Reality Check. It's going to come up. And in here, it's also from the Louvre Museum. You have Osiris in the middle with the Atef crown, and the description for it. If you go on the website of the Louvre Museum and you type Royal and Divine Triad, you can do a search and you will see they mention that he is actually wearing the Atef crown. Now finally, you can compare the crowns. Okay, first you have the God of the Arabs Negroes, which first is El, but somehow, some way becomes Allah. But that's up to y'all. That's up to the doctor. And then you have the one that I showed you, Osiris. Then again, from the front, compared with another statue of Osiris, and then finally the same statue from another angle.
Biblical King's Seal discovered in dump site. This is the royal seal of the King Hezekiah. And here we have an Ankh. And finally, last but not least, you need to see it to believe it. The God of the Bible. El slept in his own dung and urine. This is Ugaritic Narrative Poetry, page 195. And we also have this book here, the Masria in the Prophetic Literature, where it clearly says that El floundered in his own feces and urine.
Since I was in the wrong stream. Okay. Yeah. It's a bit loud. Loud, isn't it? Microphone check. I think it's a bit loud. I'm going to reduce that a little bit. Hotep Senu Hena Senut, Itiren Ishakan Kemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Scam Cheddar Doesn't Think that Professor James Small, Baaba Heru, and Jabari Osaze can stop it. And we have a special guest. I'm sorry, that I'm going to put on the panel in about a few seconds. Brother Tar, Hotep, how are you, brother? Peace to you.
True peace, Hotep. How you doing, King?
Oh, chilling. I hear you loud. I can see you clearly. Plus, I can see myself on the screen in the background. That's what's up.
Okay. You can hear me good, though?
Very well. I hear you very clearly, brother.
Great.
All right. Feel free to introduce yourself, brother.
True peace to the chat. My name is Tar Keno Nupu. I've been on YouTube a long time. Matter of fact, I think since like 2009. I'm a writer. I don't think I told you that. I got some books on Lulu.com. I've been writing since about 2008. A lot of my books is, centered around some religion, more so spiritually reinterpreting them into their proper format, updating them by what we refer to in Noon Science as sound right reason or nine mind or just Nupu, the primary creator of the one supreme being or the best mind of the one supreme being. Our ancient ancestors taught the Phoenicians who invaded after the Sixth Dynasty and eventually taught the Greeks, and the Greeks known it as Nous, N-O-U-S. When you read it in the, I think I was looking this up in the, I want to get this right. The Hermetica, some of the Hermetics,
they drew what he wrote it in English is NWS Noose. They say it like that. I'm not prolific or nothing like that in the meta. Matter of fact, I wanted to talk to you about that too, because I said you deal with the classes on that. So I definitely want to holler at you about that. And but that's what I usually do in my spare time when I'm not making these different type of videos. I'm pretty much, been watching what you've been doing, and people come and go, man. I see them come and go, but they don't stay. I seen because I meant to bring them up, but you had brought up, Uncle Suge, and so I did the same thing to him. He brings people in and set them up. They don't know they're being set up as a guard to guard him. And when he has no use for you, or when you start asking questions, then all of a sudden he goes personal. He been doing this forever. So I was glad to see you had it. Like I said, man, me and you are so similar when it comes to the clips. Ain't nothing like the clips. And just like the guy who kept asking you about why would you bring a person that's a pedophile up on your platform, and you tried to explain to him, just like other platforms, the difference is, like you said, both y'all had a point, but your point still didn't make it look bad. Like you said, you brought them on a platform to question the person, to ask them X, Y, and Z. It's different than when you know somebody did something and you bringing them on your platform back to back. I watched the Mighty Hebrew being on. I was on the couch with the Mighty Hebrew, and Sonnet was trying to get me to debate him years ago, back in 2009 and 10. But I didn't know nothing about none of that type of stuff. But if I would have knew, I'm like, man, I'm out of here. I don't, we ain't playing them again. The same way when I found out that, when I really, like with Dr. York got convicted, but see, I wasn't privy to going to the court and all that stuff. And when you follow somebody, you just believe the knowledge, the information that I knew was true. That's what kept me from accepting that he could be guilty, because that's how a lot of people do. The knowledge kept me loyal, not him, because I wasn't around to see none of that. And then years later, around 2014, when I ran into Chuck, and then I was privy to sit down and read the transcripts, I got those, and I was able to talk to some of the victims, which I'm still tight with to this day. When I sat down with the evidence, that was a wrap. You see what I'm saying? And then we just went forward. So from what you were saying earlier, like he's saying, it's like it's hard for them to understand. Like you said, when you do what we do, you have to engage. Like me, we got a Facebook group where we was going at it with Nawapians or Sabians or Dr. York follows from 2014 to like 2021. The group's still there. We engaging people who we knew was involved, and they would come to the group and we would bang them out. Even if they wasn't involved, we had, like I said, we got all the evidence. We got old video footage of York saying this. I got stuff that he taught. I'm have to bring up, regurgitate the pedophile's teachings in order to make a point. So that's like somebody asking me, well, why are you sitting there? No disrespect to the brother that was talking to you, but I'm giving an example. It's no different if he was questioning me, why I'm bringing up what he taught. I'm bringing up what he taught to make a point. I'm trying to explain to you, and I want to satisfy certain things so people can understand. What you did was no different than Fox News. They know all these people guilty, and they don't bring them on there to talk about their teachings. They bring them on a lot of times to say, okay, well, you went to court. They found you guilty, or they didn't find you guilty. You got to go back. They do this for what? One, for ratings, to give people some kind of entertainment, and to inform them, even if it's not true to the thing. So I don't see. It's like the guy was trying to put you in a position to not do it. And I understood the other guy. He said, if a person is guilty, that he don't want them around and he not going on their platform again. It's different strokes for different folks. As long as we all agree that we're not trying to pander or clean up their image, it shouldn't matter. We're the ones who engage into that consistently. I've been consistently doing this as far as that against Dr. York since 2014, consistently. I had a bigger channel than this one, that I had for 10 years, but YouTube took it down because of all of the information that I was dropping. It ain't, as long as I was getting at black people or a certain code, it was cool. But when I started breaking down all the other government stuff, that's when all that stuff happened. So this is like my second oldest channel that I got, but I've been around for years, man. I got a trail of stuff I done done on the internet. Trail.
That's what's up. We have Young Hero in the place. What's up, Young Hero?
Yeah. What's going on, man? Shaka. I'm still Napu. I might just call Napu because that's a long name. But yeah, man. I saw a little clip of it earlier, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, boy, Shaka, you good, boy. You know what I mean? You got a lot of patience. You know that, 'cause you know me. You know I don't deal with the mess, you know what I mean? But like I said, everybody could say what they want, how they want, in any way they want. They could run circles. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing more to say. Everybody know the guy character, they know his history. You know what I mean? So anybody come and try to speak any good or try to change the narrative, they know they're just full of it. Right. Just like those that stick up for Africa Bambada or Yoko, Farrakhan, all of them is the same. That's why the guy just say he have to keep sticking it in your, like, you know what I mean, in your head. It's like you got to put it in your head every day because it's grown men that trying to act like they don't understand. Them deep down inside, they know they understand. They just full of it. You know what I mean? So in saying that, like I said, I just caught a couple clips of it because I ain't even got time for it. I'm just happy Andrina was there, you know what I mean, to back you up because it's like the same nonsense over and over. You know what I mean? Like, go on this guy channel and press him. You see, they can't even go on his platform and question him. That's how biased he is. Right. But they want to come here because they know you a good person and you allowed anybody that's respectfully to come on your platform. He wouldn't even let them do that, but they over here sticking up for the guy. I mean, what kind of pathetic, you know what I'm saying? And I just, from the beginning, Shaka, I told you, all of them like that, bro. Is no way a man that have morals and principles and try to act like he follow any doctrine and righteous and yada, 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 would stand for anybody like that in their circle. This guy been disrespecting and insulting people, mother and family for years, over a decade. You know what I'm saying? And everybody sees it's live on thing, and that's what happened yesterday. He got a call for the elder, so he delete the video ASAP. You see what I mean? If it was somebody in the chat or whoever he didn't respect, he would have kept cursing like he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, that they clowns, you know what I mean? And to the number one sucker, because a lot of people don't understand, bro. It has certain black men, ain't no disrespect, you know what I mean? Because I'm a quiet person too, but I got backbone. I'll do whatever I gotta do to survive. I'm a real man. Nobody never, you know what I'm saying? But certain people, when you grow up in the projects, though, you know who's who. You know who go to school. You know who's the dude that always go to work. You know who on the corner. You know what I'm saying? So all these guys coming on the internet with their phenomenon mannerisms and even people that's connected to Sanetta calling you gay, all kind of names. This is his friends. You wasn't, and you already, I know that's why I went on his platform, because I know that's what he's going to do, because that's what they do. I told you from the beginning, all of them is done with that, because if they wasn't, they would have speak to that man like a man and told him he need to stop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You check? But anyway, Chris, you's a sucker, bro. You's a little clown. Everybody could see you's a goody dude, bro. You's a nigga that used to do people homework. Like, stop acting like y'all some gangster. The guy don't run on this platform and trying to make fun of your accent and bringing up Crips and Bloods and all kind of thing and V-band it. Or if you was in DC, you know, Shaka would have this and that in the streets. Like, bro, you are not in the streets. You are nobody from the streets. You could tell you never did nothing in the streets, Chris. Like, stop it, bro. You know what I mean? This is what they do. When they can defeat you with the information or the situation, they take personal shots. And it's the same thing with Sanetta. He don't have nothing to say. because he know he's wrong, so he had to take personal shots. That's what they all do, bro. They all suckers, and if the drama come to them, they wouldn't have nothing to say. They police, bro. These are the kind of men, before you slap them, they will run and tell the cops. You know what I'm saying? That's why they record phone calls. And that's why I told you I don't be on this YouTube with this internet nonsense, because I ain't got time for the rah, rah, rah. You know what I mean? I'll really come and see you. Like, oh, no, you will come and see me because you got all that mouth. I'm busy living my life, doing what I do, make money, get females. I'm about enjoying my life. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, they taking up personal shots like they really about that. But you just breaking it down the information. But it's so true. Nobody don't like the truth, so it hurt them. You know what I mean? So like I was saying, Chris, you's a clown. You never did none. You never been in the streets mentioning gangsters and what would have happened to people and da. Boy, please. Go ahead, Shaka.
Chris was talking about Crips and Bloods and all.
Yeah, all kind of nonsense. I'm like, look at these characters, bro.
Okay. Well, for the record, I didn't listen to one bit of his live stream. I knew he was going to live stream about me. I'm not even interested. I know where he stands. So I'm not what it is. But I have one question before I move back to the brother Tar. Earlier you said that Scam Cheddar got a phone call from the elder. Like, did we see him getting a call on the stream?
No, he didn't. I didn't say he got a call from the elder. You talking about Ashwa Kwesi, right?
No. Scam Cheddar yesterday. Scam Cheddar, because he was actually cursing me out. He was saying I don't give a f about his kid. He was saying he doesn't give a f about my child.
Right.
And then he was very aggravated. The butler Reggie said, Sir, you want to do the stream again? And ultimately, he ended the live stream. He did another one, and he apologized to the audience, but he didn't apologize to saying he doesn't give a f about my child, and for saying that, I don't know if you saw the message where he said, I'm feeling on my child. You haven't seen that, Brother Tar, have you?
I've seen when I think when he was on there yesterday, he came in the chat. That's what
you were there. You were there. Yeah.
He actually was saying that in the chat. But that's what he does. He only apologizes to make them feel like he really has compassion, or even if he feels bad, it's only because he felt like he slipped in his own emotion. People like that who are narcissists and stuff like that. A lot of this is like inner child wounding, because I deal with natal charts. I understand about healing and things. A lot of these people been hurt and they never got that. They never dealt with that. And it comes out in the way they behave. But I've seen them do this 1,000 times. I'm sorry, fam. And they love it.
Yeah, and he wasn't apologizing to nobody but the person that called him. You notice, right? Because you really think he was out there saying what he want, and then even when Reggie tried to calm him down, people in the chats telling him what he's saying, don't tell him what to do. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't care about nobody out there. He be calling y'all dummies. Like, you know what I mean? These people, he disrespect his audience. So it's whoever gave him that call, he had to change his mind because he's beneficial to him. You see what I'm saying? So he really wasn't apologizing to nobody. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, the guy's full of it. He already cussed everybody and their mama out 100 times. Even people that's so-called elders in the community, you know what I mean? So it's nothing new, you know what I mean? And these people don't stand for nothing just because the guy have a so-called platform, you know what I mean? That's all it comes down to. Because if anything happen to his platform tomorrow, watch everybody change. What everybody like, what? That's what he stand for? Nah, I don't deal with that. You see what I'm saying? But now they'll try to say, they don't stand for some, but yet the guy is behaving that way, and everybody in his circle have people that have charges, or they had charges themselves. So what that tell you? And the guy is a scammer. They already exposed themselves in every way. There's nothing more to say. Like anybody that come in and try to defend a grown man that disrespect somebody, child, and all of that. Now, if I see you in real life, it's action. Like what you say about my mama, like it really finna go down like menace to society. You feel me? Like, yeah, you don't do shit like that, because when a man see you in real life, is the emotions gonna come up. You know what I mean? I know me. No, nobody don't play around my mama. You know what I mean? Real talk. So yeah, that's what it is.
I seen he throw up a video with Lex Vortex, bigging him up and saying he can do it. And I'm like, out of all the people, Lex and Lex drug Nepal. I got that clip too. He drug Nepal like the KKK would drag somebody in the country.
Oh yeah. All of them was beefing before.
Right.
All of them, bro.
And I'm like, wow. I'm like, but that's what he does when he can't, like Shaka said, once he gets hit, he'll retreat. And then he gonna either bring somebody out to say something in the same day it happened, or he'll go pull an old clip and bring that out, and then he'll set up.
That's what he's doing right now. He on survival mode.
He's setting it up to try to get it, to send them out, the Latour soldiers, and you know, this time it's enough of that. You know, it's enough of that, man. It's, you know, like I told you, he's not doing that to nobody else but us.
Hey, it's funny you say that, because he just did that like a month or so ago with Zion Lex, and to try, you know, Saneda is this and that, everything you might not agree about. You know, he always trying to make somebody come and sympathize for him on his show. The same Zion Lex that was going at him and disrespecting him and putting all their business out there with he and Napa and Fight and Mighty Hebrew. You see, so it's just all of these guys is characters, bro. I don't care which way you put it. There's no way a man gonna talk bad about me, disrespect me like that, and I go against him, vice versa, and I back his friend again. There's no way. That it just don't make no sense.
That's because
no real men don't go get down like that.
That's because
a little dispute, 1-2 little thing. You're like, yeah, you might talk to the nigga again, but when it comes to disrespecting and threatening and murder and children, no, I don't know what kind of men these are, but yeah, we don't live like that.
Well, that's because they don't respect the positive laws in the Old Testament or the laws of Ma'at. I had did a video on Polite, because he was always hollering about Ma'at, and his little girl named Ma'at. I'm like, how you naming your daughter Ma'at and you say y'all recite the laws of Ma'at every day, and you out here breaking all the laws of Ma'at? I said, I don't understand that. I like, don't it says, you know, I have not stolen. You stealing, you scamming, you raping, you taking from. Like, I had fun making that video because it was hilarious watching that. The same way I couldn't take Tazariak and them serious, or anybody that debated. Same thing with Seti. Seti and Tazariak debated Polite, exposed and put York in it, ripped them, and then they hanging out with him after that. Like that. What about that?
Yeah, that show you.
You see, I know y'all seen those debates. I'm like, how can you debate somebody, bring in who they follow? And again, the guy said York is his God. He don't care if he slept with over 200, 300, 1,000. Matter of fact, he said 1,000. York will still be his God. The guy that he was talking to. I'm cool with that.
I remember.
Noel, right?
I'm cool with him to this day. I got his mother's phone number. I could call her right now. So I'm cool with some of these people. And to see that, and even when the footage came out, you know, he still kept bringing Polite back. And this is you know, after the Bambaataa joint, the Hassan Campbell, all of that stuff, and then he did a U-turn against Bambaataa because, you know, Hassan was getting on him. Then you're gonna make fun of what happened to him and all this and that. And, you know, he going to apologize to Bambaataa. That don't change what Bambaataa did, though. It don't matter if you beefing with Hassan. Bam is guilty. Exactly. And it was crazy because I remember when Star was first broke that, and he said and Star cussed Sarnetta and the whole country community. He said, y'all niggas dropped the ball. I put it in y'all hand. They dropped the ball. And he was right. The dude from X Clan, Brother J, and the Professor X, he dead now. They was accused of doing some stuff to a Spanish chick. She came out. It's a lot of them guilty of that in the hip hop arena. You know, KRS-One with that song 13 and Good.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, like when you look back, you like, how did that get past me? I'm like, man.
And you know, the brother was talking about the video that I've played before. It's on YouTube, and Polite is sitting on a bench there outside with a young brother who is a victim of York, and they're just talking, and it looks like it's some excerpt. You know, it looks like it's not a full discussion, but who knows? And at one point, Polite says, "Well, okay, let's say he really did all that DNA evidence and all that. Let's say he molested all those children, and he said, I would still see him as my God." I'm like, dang, that's a bad look, I mean, during the trial, it's not going to be helpful. But even before that, I can't remember exactly, but the way he was talking about the brother is like suspicious, try to show that the guy is like a bit like people try to do with me, like didn't do or say what he was supposed to do or say. But you can look it up, you'll find it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got his number. I'm cool with that. That's Tariq Noel. I'm cool with him and his mother. Yeah, that did happen to him. And the fact what Polite was doing, the backstory to that, Polite set that interview up to try to make Tariq look a certain way so he could try to use that to help York out. That's why they did that. He really didn't care if he was a victim. Polite was trying to set that whole thing up to trap the dude up to make him look crazy and to try to use that for York. And he doing the same stuff York was doing. That's the whole thing with Polite. And Inky did a wonderful job. I got to give it to him when he brought that book out and exposed as much as he knew. And people tried to turn on Inky. Okay, yeah, he was there. I'm looking at what we need to do about that. I don't know if Inky is guilty of that. He may be guilty of hanging and scamming and all that. Okay, but we ain't talking about the scamming. We talking about sexual assault, stuff that we could prove, and we got evidence of him having younger girls before this happened, and Saw knew about it, and he sat on it until Polite just broke the camel's back, and he just went on that famous rant, and Sonetta will never be to get rid of that. That gonna live forever.
Yeah.
He went in.
Baby York, Dr. York, all I got that video. You don't believe me?
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Baby York, don't make me do it.
She wanted me to interview her. She's my niece, she's my wife's niece, my wife's cousin's niece. Oh man, he went in, man.
He called her on the phone and talked to her. Remember all of that?
A lot of people didn't hear that, but he actually called sister of the girl.
That's right.
And it's like, who are you to me or something like that? Who am I to you, whatever. And she said, have you seen her? She said, well, we haven't seen her for a minute and all that, man.
And in that same live, he said, I got tapes. He said, I got tapes on everything. I got tapes on everything. There you go. That's my boy Tariq right there. Yep. That's it. Yes, Sonetta say he had tapes of recordings on everybody. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, it's only a blind man and a deaf man can see or hear, because it's all in your face, and it's not just this guy. You know what I mean? It's their whole circle and everybody they involved with, whether they in Hebrew, Muslim, whatever. Every time we turn around, it's some new case, or somebody that's involved with them had something to do with something like that. So it just show you, like, none of these guys don't have no morals, man. They don't stand for nothing, so don't expect nothing from them. And anybody that stand up there and let people, like you just show how Chris was jumping to cut you off when you was talking to Rabon, but when Sanetta was cursing people more than think, he just stand there like a dummy. That just to show you that they cowards, you know what I mean? And they would do anything and let anything go by just to be on this guy platform and make friends so they could be on YouTube making debates so they could get more views so they could hopefully get a check. You know what I mean? Like, it's pathetic, bro. So in saying that, man, it is what it is, bro. Because like I saw you, the ones that all these men that you see talking loud and taking personal shots in real life, they're not about that. You know what I mean? They're the first ones to run. They're the first ones to bow down. It's just like certain black men, they can't do nothing unless they in a group. They can't stand by themselves. When they in a group, they like to try to act like they're the biggest and baddest. You know what I mean? And that's what he will do. He'll always run and get people to come sympathize for him or change the narrative. You know what I mean? And that's what keep the confusion going. But like I said, it is what it is.
I wanted to bring this up yesterday because I never got a chance to go back to
but hold on, Todd. Just one moment. You know, right now the chat is on subscribers on supporters only mode. Do you want me to make it open to everybody?
Yeah, if you feel like it.
Yeah. Okay. Let me do that. Let me do that. And do you have a Cash App?
Yeah, I got one.
Well, you wanna like put it in the chat for me or in the private chat, so I can share it as we go along. You know what I'm saying? So let me just.
It's fine. It's good. I don't need to put it in. I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Okay.
I
Well,
appreciate
go
it.
ahead. Go ahead. Feel free. I'm gonna open the chat to everybody. But
Okay,
go ahead.
cool.
Go ahead. Yeah.
What do I think? Sister Noble. You know her?
Yeah, we know her from being on his panel.
All right, now the thing is with that, and again, there's no disrespect. She used to be over there. Something happened between her, Nepal, and Sa, and she left from over there, and she was on her page going hard. She was going at some guy.
Yep.
Who was like kind of like stalking her and saying all kind of crazy stuff on the net, and she had got the police involved. But then when she wasn't talking about this guy, she kept bringing up that Sarnetta and them had her on a three-way call, and they was trying to get her to talk a certain way, and they kept saying Sa kept talking about she was talking about her vajayjay and talking sexual and all that, and she was going ham. She was like in her Christian mode and saying that it's not like that. You a pervert, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, now look up, she back over there. I'm like, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing. When you say this man is lying on your private parts and saying you on the phone talking all kind of ways, and she was going on, I'm like, it never fails. And like I said, and they doing this for nothing too. I can see at least some of y'all was get some dollars out of it. It wouldn't make it no better, but they like y'all doing this for nothing. Like
well, maybe he shoots them $50 or $100, but
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, could not. He I was so surprised. He said that Scam Cheddar called him one day and cursed his mother out for no reason. Kunat's been over there. Zaquan, Apostle Zaquan, I didn't know he said he would never go back over there. They called him up on that. So you say you would not go there. You know what I'm saying? But let me say these, brothers and sisters. The brother that's there on the panel, in 2009, probably, maybe 2008, but I think it was more 2009. It was, Scam Cheddar's panel, one of his earlier one. Maybe it was Sanetta 7, He said he still has it, but he lost his password. But, I mean, you should be able to recover your password, but, then, if you have your email address. But anyway. And it was Lord Abba, you know what I'm saying? And Lord Abba was a Nubian. And I remember there was a brother with him, So yesterday when the brother came on, I said, aren't you the brother? Was it Lord Abba when he had the Yerush? He said, yeah, it's me. And back then, you were a bit larger, I think,
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's from back in the day. And then next thing I know, I see Lord Abba is a Moor.
Right.
And I think maybe you made a video addressing him. Like, I don't think you were like going in like crazy, but I remember coming across your panel, and remember you were talking about, the Nubian stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then all these years pass, and then, you know what I'm saying, and here you are. So I think it's kind of ironic. Life can be funny.
Right.
But I'm glad you're here, man, because I saw that you've uploaded some beats. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah, I'm about to go check that channel out later.
And once again, brothers and sisters, this is his YouTube channel. You have his link on the chat, and he has uploaded quite a fair bit of videos, man. So we're gonna have some receipts today. But let me just greet the people in the chat. So of course, Young Hero is in the panel and he's in the place to be. This is Star Kinu Nupu, who is in the place to be. Andrea Brunet is in the place to be tonight. Donnie Williams is in the place to be. V Bennett is in the place to be. Hotep tonight, yes. David is in the place to be. Sugar Hayes is in the place to be. She was Happy Sunday. Akasha 254 is in the place to be. Kasha wrote, they trade their dignity with some attention. I guess he or she meant to write for some attention. And Sugar Hayes is aware of what you said, Brother Tar. Okay. Yes, they talked about her real bad, and that's why I don't understand why she back.
Right.
A host who calls his followers bitches. Yep. And we have Zeb Tepi Slim, who wrote Aunt Emma at Brothers. All right. He's in the place to be as well. Oh, Wild Funk has just joined us. He's in the place to be. He wrote, looks like I missed a long, good live. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be 7 hours long. But, one brother took a good hour and a half, maybe, asking, did you know before why you went over there? And, I don't understand. I'm questioning you if you're genuine, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's all good. So yeah, feel free, brother talk.
Yeah, yeah, so we got that out the way. And the thing I think you were saying with Umar, y'all gotta remember when Umar first started out, he used to say that he was related to
I even forgot that.
He said Marcus Garvey first. He started with Marcus Garvey. A lot of people don't remember that.
Before he said Frederick Douglass, he said Marcus Garvey.
He was saying he was kin to Marcus, rest in power, and then he started lying on Frederick Douglass until that family came out. Boy, that was the funniest stuff I've ever seen. I was like, yo, they laid it down. And then when he went on Roland Martin roasted it. They smoked his boots over there, and he just and then
even his own father.
Yeah, then his father, yep, and then the stripper, all that stuff. He should have been done a long time ago. And I keep telling people, I got a video addressing that not too long ago, and I'm like, how does they make sense to have a school called Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, and those two dudes had two different ideologies? Marcus said, go back home. Frederick didn't want to go back home. And I got two nice, I got a guy that's reenacting a speech that Frederick gave and how he was actually disrespecting the go back to Africa thing. And it was just, to me, it made all the sense, but it shows you, like I told you, our people are mentally dead, and we haven't, a lot of us haven't attached to that mental resurrection yet. And we're still, circling the drain with these false wannabe saviors. And I keep telling people, like, the time of the savior is over. We in the information age, the suns are kicking in a certain kind of energy now. The planets is acting different, but they can't see it though. And that's the hardest thing, because I'm the type of person, I don't try to debate a person's conviction. And this is why Sonetta and them channels, they don't never go nowhere. It's circular, because if I believe Superman exists, it don't matter how many times you bring me the evidence that this guy was made up in the early 20s and 30s. It don't matter if you bring that. I'm convinced that Superman is real. So therefore, the debate is useless. And see, if I was doing that, but see, that's not my lane. That's not my path. So, but if that was my path and the mind I had, it would be done where we do a debate, kill a debate, it can never come up again. We can never talk about it again. If you bring all of the facts and the evidence, that'd be the end of that. But it doesn't change. It just keep re-looping and re-looping. And, you know, spiritual Sarnetta don't know they being used and puppeted by the negative forces to keep our people blind and then keep them scapegoating the Hebrew. All of them are blind. They all are blind. Like you said earlier, they all are blind and they don't see it. And that's why when I talked to you yesterday, the reason you see me loading up all the videos, because I had to go get them, like I told you. And I've been up since 8 o'clock, uploading, looking and uploading and putting everything in order. And I got the Ashwa Quasi joint and all of that. With him saying exactly what I told you he said. So whenever you're ready and whenever you want to do it, just let me know.
Oh, well, you know, whenever you want, you know what I'm saying? If you have some stuff you want to get off your chest, you want to share, if you want to share the videos now, it's really up to you. And then, you know, when you're ready, we can take some callers as well if you want to.
All
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you ask me, yeah, I would like to see the receipts.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the beautiful thing about facts, man. I mean, you can't get past that. Hold on, let me see. Let me go.
Because you remember the Blog Talk Radio days. I mean, I don't know if you
used
it.
Yeah, I was back there too. I had a Blog Talk Radio back in 2007,
and we used to. Yeah, I'm sorry. You used to be like last for caller, like 7295, and then we had the chat. It's only written. I think maybe you could put links in the chat, but I forgot if it was click. Yeah, it must have been clickable links, but you know, there was no visual. You know, just the audio. Now we have the live streaming, man. We can share the receipts real quick. It's a new day, man.
And a lot of people can't take it.
Yeah.
Screen share. Let's see what we got.
We have a dude saying, "Oh, he can prove that I was diagnosed with AIDS," and he's on tape saying, "I went to 4 different hospitals and they said I had AIDS." AIDS. And dude is angry. Dude is angry.
I remember that. That was hard.
I don't even have to remember, man, because I have it right there, man. And this is the dude himself who says
you ain't got no proof, nigga, that I went to the hospital and they all told me I had AIDS. I went to like 4 hospitals, and the hospitals was telling me that I had AIDS.
So basically, 4 different hospitals got it wrong, and he's not suing them. But feel free, brother. Feel free.
Okay, hold on. All right, let me. Okay, did it go to it?
Yeah, we see your YouTube page right now.
Okay, I'm gonna play this one right here. That's the last one I put up 40 minutes ago.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me know if it's showing.
It is, and we can hear the sound.
Kill him a goddamn kid. Because they didn't.
Y'all can hear it, right?
Yeah, we can hear the sound. It's Khalid Abdul Muhammad's voice.
And this is what we have got to understand as a people, and support each other and do business with each other. Support each other and do business with each other. Support each other and do business with each other. We don't have to take and destroy. There's a lot of people out there. We look at Holly Karima, who brought us St. Kofa. That brother's a genius, okay? But he has produced very little because he got the work that he put into making St. Kofa, he got very little from it because it went off onto a bootleg all over the place, and he got not enough resources to continue doing the work. The making St. Kufa, he got very little from it because it went off onto a bootleg all over the place, and he got not enough resources to continue doing the work. I'm old enough now where I was been around the elders, okay, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, where they left us, okay, broke. Steve Coakley left us broke. We had to raise money for Brother Khalid Abdul Muhammad, okay, to bury him. I mean, that's a crisis. Ashaka Musa Bar Shango left us broke. They took all their resources to do their work, but we didn't make sure that they were compensated for and to continue to work. The DVDs and all that, back then it was VHSs when it first started. You have to buy the equipment and all that, and the meditation and work, the field work in Africa, the temple. There's a lot of work involved. See, so when you see something in a 2 or 3 hour time period, it may have taken me 2 to 3 years to make it. There's a lot of work involved. See, so when you see something in a 2 or 3 hour time period, it may have taken me 2 to 3 years to make it. There's a lot of work involved. See, so when you see something in a 2 or 3 hour time period, it may have taken me 2 to 3 years to make it. So I can't sit back and think about creating like I used to, because of the way things are out here now. And so we can cause our demise of our own culture when we see that when we don't support our own culture, then we can expect our own culture to die.
All right, so we're on 125th Street. We're talking to my man Sonetta. He's been selling tapes out here for quite a while, so we want to get his perspective on why he does what he does, and how long he's been doing it, and how long he's going to keep on doing it, and what he feels he's doing to help uplift our people. So
Yeah, we see that one already.
How you doing, brother? My name is Sonetta.
All right.
Represent the House of Consciousness Information. Document our story live on DVD.
All right.
You see what I'm doing right here? Take a look. There you go.
I see you got a lot of tapes out here. I see you got a lot of tapes out here.
Man, I'm spending, and at that time, let me run a little tape, a DVD, not a DVD, but a tape, will cost you $25.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Right.
Now remember that tape was $35. There you go. A regular videotape was $25, especially when you would get it from Brother Leon and Brother Big Man and all of them. So I said, being that I'm gonna come on the 125th Street with all the information I got. Our people don't want to spend no $25 for something when you're talking about the black man is God and you get the powerful information.
Right.
They ain't gonna want to spend no $25.
Right.
I said, I'm gonna give it to them for $10.
Okay.
I sell the tapes to my people for $10 an hour. You know, you can work like that.
Yeah.
So that's how I got started.
Why don't you show me some of the tapes that you got over here?
Okay, let me show you a powerful drum. This one right here tends to scare a lot of people.
Okay.
Especially when the white folks see it. They say, kill a white man. What do you mean by kill a white man? That's my spiritual mother right there. I live the faith.
We had to raise money for Brother Khalid Abdul Muhammad, to bury him. That's a crisis. We had to raise money for Brother Khalid Abdul Muhammad, to bury him. That's a crisis.
That's my spiritual mother right there. That's my spiritual mother right there. Another joint. Hold it up right there. Another joint right here. By Aswa Quake, Freemasonry. The origin of Freemasonry. Now look at me right quick. I think Aswa crazy. This message is for you. Aswa don't like nobody getting his information out. Aswa don't like nobody getting his information out. Aswa don't like nobody getting his information out. But this is wrong information in this street. This right here belongs to all of us, man. Yo, Aswa crazy, stop calling me, asking me if I'm selling your tape. Hell no, I ain't selling your tape. Yo, Aswa crazy, stop calling me, asking me if I'm selling your tape. Hell no, I ain't selling your tape. Another joint right here. My Aswa Quake.
They can buy your products in a number of places like Amazon. Yeah, you can get Amazon.com, HiddenColorsFilm.com. Not the bootleg people. Don't go, no bootleggers. Not the bootleg people. Don't go, no bootleggers.
But this is wrong information. But this is wrong information.
Not the bootleg people. Don't go, no bootleggers. Y'all got to support products like this, because I was talking to my brother Scarface the rapper, and we were talking about why so many black artists have to put out free mixtapes in order to get out there, because most white artists, they support their people that they like and that they're influenced by. They'll go to a Rolling Stones concert, they will buy the Rolling Stones records. All of the white groups, they have a base that will support them. We want the bootleg shit, so a lot of folks have to give their stuff away for free in order to get their songs hot so they can do shows. That's where they get their money. So we got to start supporting black products when we put them out.
Oh yeah. So that was pretty much all that we needed to see on that, just to show you, which we've been seeing. He trying to justify, robbing the elders. Like, you can't get no better than that. And it's what can you do? See, they don't think that what you do come back. They don't think that judgment and balance and stuff exists. And it's just crazy, man.
And I have some commentary. Lastly, we have the Butler Reggie interviewing Tariq Nasheed, who's a #1 FBA guy, in my opinion. Well, one of the main guys, you know what I'm saying? But Reggie has a medallion with a map of Africa.
Right. I seen that.
And he's a guy who told Sekou, you have no standing in our community. Talk to your people, I talk to my people. You're an outsider. Okay. Now, before that, Sir, he's saying this is not your information. And he says, don't call me to ask me if I'm selling. No, I'm not selling you stuff. And he's showing the damn stuff in front of the cameraman. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with his brain. So indeed, he came up with the whole, that information belongs to the people. Well, if that's the case,
5 o'clock.
back then, he used to do the debates mainly in the National Black Theater. And I heard it wasn't that expensive to rent over there. It was the elder Shabazz. I don't know if he's still alive. One time he said, he mentioned that, the debate over there, and he said, which costs about like he said something like $20 for 10 hours. So just let it be known that he's cheap. It's cheap to rent over there. But it looked like a nice place to me. Now he's doing it online. If it's the information for the people, why is he charging for it then? It doesn't cost anything. The only thing that it costs really is the Zoom stuff, if they do it on Zoom, but they don't have to do it on Zoom. They can just do it live streaming now. You know what I'm saying? So now he's presenting information to the people, and it's not himself, but he gets guests to do it. He's charging for that. But back then, no, that's everybody's information. So that's quite funny. Now, the other thing, he talked about some other vendors, and he said Big Ben. And I'm wondering if that's the Ben, they've been talking about the Nikki situation, because he tried to catch Anki in some lies, and they talked about a dude named Ben. So, those people, they know each other, so somebody might confirm. But feel free, I just wanted to make this.
The elder Asra was showing the pictures that some of the elders that died broke, and they had to raise money up to bury them. And I used to see Dr. Ben, rest in peace, hanging out with Sarnetta, riding around and stuff, or I see Seti and them. I think that was distasteful when Seti was in the hospital filming with Dr. Ben in that hospital bed like that, and still trying to question, and it's like you just trying to prove that you knew somebody great at the same time. I just think that was just distasteful, in my personal opinion. That's all I'm saying. Whether that was whether you was a student of that person or not, you wouldn't want nobody. Shouldn't want to show your idol or your elder in their worst condition. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. You think that it was distasteful and said he went over there to give the money that the people that he collected from the people?
No. I'm saying when he used to go see Dr. Ben, he used to film him in the hospital in the bed.
Oh, you mean Sa?
Yeah, Sa.
No, Seti. He mean that's not a good look. You don't do them kind of thing. Yeah.
What I can say, I've seen that video, because actually Sa went at Seti with Sutek and one of the PL brother, this blue and red PL. And at one point, Sutek said, you told people that you introduced Dr. Ben? Like, are you serious? And Seti, he was talking one day. I looked for the video, but I didn't find it back then. And he said, I brought Dr. Ben's plight to the world, or something like that. He never said he brought Dr. Ben to people. I mean, nobody would believe that. But I did show that video because Sarnetta, and I think I might have the video. You know what? I think I may have the video. I don't know if I re-uploaded it, but I know I played it not long ago. But let me see if I still have it. If I put stop lying. Damn. It was called Scam Cheddar, Stop Lying. But Sarnetta said, oh, you acting like you show money, you gave money to Dr. Ben, but it wasn't you, it was the people giving the money to Dr. Ben. And I played the video to show that Seti said, okay, such and such gave you money, Dr. Ben, and now let me add some to it. And he's looking for his wallet, and it was his chick who had the wallet. Dr. Ben's laughing. He's like, oh, dude, look, she had my wallet, man. And he adds on to it. So I think it was really bad. But I didn't. I only saw one video of Seti going over there to that retirement home.
Right.
Dr. Ben was seated. He was not laying on the bed, you know.
Right.
And so if there's other stuff, then I don't know.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
yeah?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. But what I remember though, Scam Cheddar, maybe with the help of Butler Reggie, that I didn't know back then, became his guardian. And one time when he replied to Seti, he said, "Guess who's Dr. Ben's guardian? It's me." I was like, man.
I remember that.
Yeah, and he took Dr. Ben out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
First, he took him. He takes him to the car. He said, "Oh, you want to drive it, Dr. Ben?" And then they're in here eating, and he's filming, and I'm like, man, what are you doing, man? Like,
Right.
you
They
see,
was acting like
Seti,
kids. They was acting
yeah,
like children.
you see. Well,
Yeah,
I
like
wouldn't
little
say
girls.
I wouldn't say that's. I mean, it's my opinion, you know. Like my main disagreement with Seti was him saying the Meta Nature is going to be deciphered. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't feel like Seti's stuff was really to show the people, look, I knew him, because he had pictures of some picture of him with Dr. Ben and his uncle being with Dr. Ben. But you know, I thought that Sanetta is, you know, going with him like that to the car, saying, "You want to drive it, Dr. Ben?" And then they're eating at a buffet place or whatever, and he's filming Dr. Ben. I'm like, why would you film the elder eating like that? I think it was really more for show. Seti
Right.
to me looked like he really came because, and I didn't even know he was in a retirement home. You know what I'm saying? And I remember there was a liberation unit on Ning then, and they had a fun stuff for Dr. Ben, and I was trying to donate, but it wouldn't work. I contacted the owner, Chief Liberation. I never heard back from him. But anyway, feel free to speak though. You know, I mean, feel free, no matter what. Yeah.
That's all I was saying, because I remember that they was going back and forth, and Saul was just trying to like one up him because of that. And this one, Dr. Ben, rest in power, was still able to move around. But then it got to a point where he couldn't move. And then I seen, you know, Seti in there talking to him, and I felt like that wasn't good. And then when he did a debate and he was going against Polite, he had Dr. Ben up on the screen telling him that Dr. York tried to have him killed. But it was kind of hard to hear because Seti had hip hop music playing in the background. And I think I hit Seti up some years ago and asked him, did he have that version without the music on it? He said something. It was back in Chicago. He had to go look and find. I said, you should, you know, if you use that, you should take the music out of it, because it's hard to hear him saying that. But still, again, you're showing somebody in their bed sick, questioning him to get footage for a debate. You understand, when you really just
but that one I didn't see that one, but I remember he did ask, "Oh, did you know Nova Drew Ali?" And Dr. Ben answered, "Never heard of him." And one lady, she made a video. She said, "Man, that was distasteful. You go over there and you give him money, and then you ask about Drew Ali and stuff like that." But you see, Wab Fong says that said he had to show folks that he was actually giving donated funds to him live, because indeed he collected money from different people. And I feel like, you know, he filmed that to show it. Now, if you film Dr. Ben laying on the bed, then that's something else. That's something I didn't see. The one I saw, you know, he was sitting on the bed. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think he was even drinking at some point with a straw and all that. But yeah, you know, I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
But feel free.
Yeah, I mean, plus he did make a noise that the man shouldn't be up there and stuff like that. That was one of the big things that was going around, and that never happened. The same thing with Sister Sekhmet, that she was sick about a year or so ago. I don't forgot what she was actually. I think some type of cancer or something, and they was trying to raise money for her. And I heard a little bit after that. I don't even know if she's still alive or not. You know.
Well, you know, I heard she was with one of Hebrews a lot that we've been talking about a lot lately, but I don't know if it's true. I mean, you know, people type stuff in comments and stuff like that, but you know, some people say that she was down with particular Hebrews like that. You know, I don't know if it's true, but I don't know if she's still alive or not.
She left as far as being on the Black Power side, and I think she started dating Tazariot. I think Sekhmet went to Tazariot, and because that was a big thing about that. So I don't know what happened in between this and that, but yeah, Sekhmet, according to my memory, she left them and switched over to the Hebrew side, and I think she became one of Tazariot's wives. So I don't know if they still together, whatever the case, but she, you know, and she was basically saying how they didn't protect her, you know, and things like that. I mean, she, you know, it was just a hot mess, man, during this period of time.
But check this out. See, MH wrote I mean, Wapong wrote MH, and MH is the initial of another one that we've been talking about a lot lately. But I mean, who knows?
What
I'm sorry.
MH stand for?
There's a Hebrew guy. I've been showing his quote
Mighty
summary.
Hebrew? You talking Mighty Hebrew?
I heard some people say that.
Oh, okay.
But you know, you mentioned that she said she wasn't protected and all that.
Yeah.
The lady that goes by the username Y7 or something like that. She said she's a 5%er's wife, you know, a 5%er who was down with the Dagger Squad, who's a founding member of the Dagger Squad. She explained that there's a Hebrew guy who was her husband that she was with, who beat her and he tried to drown her. And she contacted Tazaria. I mean, a lady told her story, and I played a video, and she said, "Yeah, she's talking about me." And she contacted Tazaria, and Tazaria did not even respond. So that MH dude helped her to go to Canada, but then he exposed himself to her, and she was humiliated when she refused his advances. So it's only this real small world, you know. But
yeah,
feel free, brother. Feel free.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing something about that, and she needed help to get from up there because she got stuck in Canada. Yeah, I remember that, and they did treat her bad, man. That was a bad look for the Hebrews on that. And you know, like I said, when I was, and again to add on, like they had the debate with Shaka and Tazaria about, you know, is Kemet or the Bible better for black people?
Oh, the latest one, like a few days ago.
Yeah, the one they just had,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
And I was listening to them bring up points, and the whole thing is this: both of them brought up points, you know. But again, you talking about a different kind of system. If you living in Kemet, where the Pharaoh is like the God in flesh, and you know, kind of, I guess you can kind of make it kind of similar to when, like, I guess a Caesar type Pope mixed together that have that's a whole different type of setup than how it is over here. But you know, that's a different kind of setup, number one. So the only thing you could do is pull stuff from, you know, the confessions and laws, you know, and this, don't do this, all of these type of things. Same thing with the Leviticus. But the point is this: it doesn't matter the good points in any type of format if there's no punishment able to be given. So that's a problem that we have, is that you could pull all the good things, you know, don't do this, don't steal, don't murder, and all this stuff like that. But then when you do those things, then what? And my thing was listening to with Tazaria using the Old Testament, but it's like, but if y'all listening to Paul said that when Christ died, the law went with him. So it's like pretty much that done killed everything in the Old Testament. Because if you say, you know what I'm saying, how Paul put that. So it's like it don't make no sense to even pull from the Old Testament, because y'all said that Jesus came and got rid of the law. And according to Paul, he said it's, you know, because of sin, because of law is why you got sin, which is stupid. Because you need laws to guide, to reward, and to punish. If you take away law, man's nature will go uninhibited if you ain't got no law set up anywhere. Like we have a world like today.
Yeah.
So, you know, you gotta have punishment is the problem in the way the world is ran, be it in America or Europe or whatever. If the people in power are just as corrupt, which we see, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I thought that whole argument and them debating and arguing and and Shaka feel like I won. To him, Shaka he just too egotistical and too narcissistic, and it's all about winning versus understanding that was a waste of time. Y'all went and spent, these people spent $25 a head to hear the same old stuff. I don't, you know, that's the funny part about it. It's sad and it's funny because nothing changed after y'all did that. I can see if you brought 50 people came out and just changed their life and just took off. Nothing changed from that except a couple of dollars in y'all pocket. Nothing changed.
Well, we got something out of it.
That's why they do it, you know. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, Young Hero. Is that one that we found out?
And Shaka, did you get your money, your $1,000 from that?
I didn't get nothing yet. I was supposed to get it before the debate. That's what happened with me and Jabari. Why we didn't have the debate? I was told one thing and something else happened.
We got to find out how Scam Cheddar gets down.
And that was recent because I see you play this a couple of times. Was this?
I think that was a day after
the debate.
I think it was the day after. Yeah, the same night. Yeah,
Dang. Yep. And then you screaming, and he was cussing Polite out about how he ain't get his money. And that was no money to be mad at. Why Polite pulled that off, but you can't pay a man a $1,000. You doing debates for $1,000?
Hey, but I just want to say there were punishments. You know what I'm saying? And there's a book about this here. Mm-hmm. I actually have 2 copies because I first bought. I think I bought the hardcover, then realized they had the paperback. And I canceled the hardcover, but it wasn't done on time, so I received both. But it's the same book, just 2 different versions. So they were indeed punishments. And what's interesting, it's a brother Christopher Davis, who told me that they talk about punishments for rapists.
Okay.
And I forgot if it was castration, but I went to the page. I think I may have shown it on the screen. But they have some punishment for rapists, and probably it was castration. Right. But it seems that those punishments were not really really old, like maybe it's like the Greek period, the late period. But I will have to double check,
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, feel free to add on, brother. Feel free to
add on. If it's no punishment, it's a joke. And we all understand that. But yeah, it didn't dawn on me. I thought you was using that for some older because I know that he was complaining before.
It's fresh.
But this is crazy.
and hold on. Not just that debate, but he clearly said that's the same thing that happened with Jabari because we knew we were supposed to debate Jabari, and then at the last minute he didn't do it. And another funny thing is that Garfield. That's what he said to about Shaka Amos, labeling him with the B word, but saying that before the debate almost didn't take place, and I guess that's why it didn't take place.
My turn. Look at this. The first round comes out, right? Captain goes first, and by the way, too, the debate almost never happened. So I ain't gonna tell y'all that. But this nigga was behind the scenes acting like a motherfucking bitch.
Yo, hold up. We ain't got to talk about that. Come on, dog. Man.
Acting like a MFB. And it's amazing, man. Like, if the guy is told he's going to get paid beforehand, he should get paid beforehand. Particularly knowing that the same thing happened before. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's them, you know what I'm saying? It's them, some people, they love the mistreatment, the disrespect. It's on them.
That's you can't do nothing but accept what it is. But again, that people are attracted to that type of stuff. That's why they keep doing it. That's why they keep going and keep going and keep going. And I heard you talking about this refreshed me a little bit because I was trying to get prepared for this, but you were saying something about Jabari.
Yes.
And I want you to, if you could recap that, then I'm gonna set up the next video. What was it you was trying to make a point with Jabari?
Yeah, I'm gonna show now.
Okay.
The first thing is that he was a guest on my channel. If people don't know, I'm gonna put, and I'm pretty confident it was when he was during the time when he was a guest on my panel that he addressed Sekou and the xenophobia that he faced.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it needs to be addressed. And here we have a dude saying comfortably,
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
now this doesn't need to be addressed. Second thing is if we go on the YouTube channel, it only has one live stream, and that is Brother Jabari response to Bro Polite arrest and Zion Lex insinuation.
Okay.
And in that video, he talks about the Polite situation. He says that Polite should be on timeout.
And what year is that?
Oh, we're gonna find out. It's just underneath the video, but it's probably 2 years ago because that case has been going on for 2 years. So if we go down, no, just 1 year ago actually. He didn't speak right when it happened, and I want people to hear him.
The allegations that you should not say that, and so that is, and the things that I've seen him put forward, I have not heard him say that. Attorney would say that you should not say that. And so that is something that he needs. Seen in the images and the things that I've seen him put forward, I have not heard him say that. You should not say that you are innocent. To talk specifically about the actual situation that occurred, the things that led to his arrest. But I am not aware of an attorney that would say that you should not say that you are innocent. And I think that that is what I need to hear him say. That is what we all need to hear him say. I didn't do this. I'm innocent. That's it. You don't need to go into details. That is what needs to happen. And in at least the videos that I've seen and the images and the things that I've seen him put forward, I have not heard him say that. I do not believe that your attorney would say that you should not say that. And so that is something that he needs to do. The allegations that he has had inappropriate contact, and including inappropriate sexual contact of a sexual nature with a young lady, a girl who was underage, is really, really serious. Having said that, I have to say that some of the folks who are talking about this are using this moment to do what they think is running up the score against practitioners of Kemetic spirituality and those people who are in the quote unquote conscious community.
I think he said he should be on timeout before.
And you cannot say that. Actual situation that occurred.
Come on now. Okay. It may be buffering because I noticed how the Wi-Fi instead of just the cable. Hold on.
Do the things that he had been doing. I think that I've been concerned by some of there's only one way to call it, flossing that he's been doing on social media during this time. I will say to him, as someone who I know, that I'm aware that it is not smart for him to talk specifically of his arrest, but I am not aware of an specific. Say to him, as someone on social, do the things. At the very least, he needs to be on time.
Right now.
I heard it. It's right there. He's about to say it.
Yeah. It's buffering a bit, but it's going to play.
It should be pretty clear that we should expect Brother Polite to be on timeout. At the very least. At the very least, he needs to sit down and not do the things that he'd been doing. I think that I've been concerned by some of there's only one way to call it, flossing that he's been doing on.
So anyway, so we heard clearly, Jabari said that Polite should be on timeout.
Like he's a toddler. That's you.
Well, no, I don't see it that way. The accusation is serious, but here we have the mighty Hebrew, who's a regular one, and what does he have? He had his day in court, rape, guilty. Right? Hold on, make sure you can. Yeah, he's sharing. Vibedet has joined us. What's up, Vibedet? Involuntary
Yo,
deviant
what's up?
sexual intercourse, guilty. What's up, you Bennett? Aggravated indecent assault, statutory rape, innocent assault, corrupting minor. And brothers and sisters, rape, we know what it is, But involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, man, that stuff is so serious, man. Hold on. Just so that people can have an idea, you know. Penlaw.com. And is it? I want it to be large enough. So, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse is a crime that parallels the rape statute in Pennsylvania. IDSI criminally penalizes deviant sexual intercourse which occurs by forcible compulsion or threat of forcible compulsion. Forcible compulsion is defined the same for IDSI as it is for rape. And I almost forgot to share the link in the chat. I hope it's not going to be too long. Let me see if it fits in the chat. Hopefully. Yes, it all fits. So, I'm going to read the whole article. There it is. IDSI is more expansive than the rape statute in that it covers penetration with a foreign object and sexual intercourse with an animal. The other difference between rape and IDSI is that rape penalizes traditional vaginal intercourse by forcible compulsion in addition to forcible anal sex and oral sex. IDSI does not penalize traditional vaginal intercourse. Therefore, rape and IDSI are virtually identical in PA with respect to oral sex and anal sex. For instance, if a victim is sodomized by forcible compulsion, the district attorney's office has to make a choice. It may charge the defendant with rape or IDSI, but it may not charge the defendant with both offenses. This will be in violation of the double jeopardy clause of the United States Constitution. So people have an idea and they can look up other websites. There's many lawyers' websites that talk about this. And the guy has that in his rap sheet or court summary. But yet, for strange reason, Jabari doesn't feel like the dude should be on timeout.
But I'm
So
saying
then,
the fact
hold on. I just want to finish with that, and I'll let you rock, brother. Now I'm wondering, is it a competition thing? Because Polite was really known as one of the main guys for Kemet. But go ahead, brother Tar.
You know what I'm saying? Like over here in America, we use the term timeout for kids when it's a little baby. Mostly,
I know.
That's what I'm saying. So timeout, that right there was just so soft. Like he stole something from the store. You don't tell somebody be on timeout.
That's the kind of characters these guys are. You know what I mean? They all soft, bro. And even said he was saying sometimes you think you're looking at grown men, but they little boys or they little girls, throwing indirect this is at them, just to see that their character, bro. These men, if anything happened, they would run to the police. They wouldn't stand up for their community just by the way they handle themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, who speaks like that?
Yeah, they all have to wear kid gloves with each other, just like you just played that clip, and Garfield said what he said. Oh, we don't need to talk about that. He quick to play, okay, and control, and he controls them for some reason.
Yeah,
he controls them when it's time to tell the truth or when something naturally occurs. Like Garfield said something that naturally is supposed to have been said, and he immediately did that. And all of them, just like I said, Sarnetta is not a positive role model for to model a platform.
Is it me, brothers? But is he frozen on your end as well?
Yeah. You frozen, and the other guy too.
Oh, me as well. Okay. On my end, I'm not, but
I'm hearing you though. I'm hearing you, but I don't hear
Tar. Yeah. Well, Tar, if you hear us, your screen is frozen. Well, My screen apparently is frozen as well, but on my end, I can see myself moving, but I see that your
I
screen
can
is
see you
frozen.
moving. Yeah. I can see you
Okay,
moving.
okay. But Tar's screen is frozen on my end, and of course we don't hear him. So, if you hear us, well, feel free to leave and come back. You know, it looks like
My
some
internet's
connection issue.
funny today. My internet's funny today. On my internet, for some reason, it's
Yeah,
funny today.
I think the brother's gonna come back. You know, but sometimes when you lose connection, it first shows like it's frozen, but actually he's already off the panel. But it takes a few seconds, you know, before he be off the panel. But yeah, I expect he will come back, man. Man, you know,
Yeah.
scam cheddar, and the other thing
Did
I
I
wanted
miss
to say.
something? Did I miss
The
something today?
did you miss something? What do you mean?
Yeah. Because I was on the phone calls. That's what took me a minute to get on.
Oh well, he played a clip, scam cheddar, showing the tapes that he's selling, and he shows the actual crazy tape, actual
Oh,
crazy tape,
right.
and then he says, you know, oh, that's not iron. You know what? Let me just play it again. I'm gonna play it again. Hold on. That's not your information. That's our information. I'm like, what? And he says, stop calling me, asking me if I sell your tape. No, I don't sell your tape. And he's showing the stuff in front of the
Are you
screen.
serious?
Yeah, let me just play. Hold on.
He's been selling tapes out here for quite a while. So
But the other thing, because there's 4 points I wanted to touch on, and I touched on 3. His voice really far from what it is now.
we want to get his perspective
And I think I know why.
on why he does what he does, and how long he's been doing it, and how long he's going to keep on doing it, and what he feels he's doing to help uplift our people. So
Yeah, we see that one already.
How you doing, brother? My name is Netta.
I was on mute. Yeah, just to show V Bennett, just while we wait for the brother to come back. He wrote kicked out BRB.
Be right back.
Oh, okay, be right back. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me play this stuff.
All right. Represent the house of consciousness information. Document our story live on DVD. Okay. You see what I'm doing right here? Take a look. There you go. I see you got a lot of tapes out here. I see you got a lot of tapes out here. And at that time, a little tape, a DVD, cost $25. Now remember that? There you go. A videotape was $25. Especially when you go get it from Brother Leon and Brother Big Man and all. So I'm saying, I'm gonna come up with all that. You don't want to spend no $25.
I've muted you, V Bennett, because I think there was some I don't know, some music or TV in the background. Let me continue playing that. So for those who didn't catch it, you know, the audio quality is not great, but he said that the tapes used to cost $25. So we're going to hear how much he decided to sell them.
When you're talking about the rap and the God and you get the application, they ain't gonna want to spend no $25. I said, I'm gonna give it to them for $10. I sell it to people for $10, and I let them do the work like.
It was initially $25 and he decided to sell those tapes for $15, for $10. You know what I'm saying? But that's bootlegging, you know, so he's not losing money.
Yeah, so that's how I got started. Why don't you show me some of the tapes that you got over here? Okay, let me show you how. This right here tends to scare a lot of people. Okay. Especially when the white folks see it. They say, killer, right, man? What do you mean by killer, right, man? That's my spiritual mother right there. I live the faith. We had to raise money for Brother Khalid Abdul Muhammad, okay, to bury him. I mean, that's a crisis. We had to raise money for Brother Khalid Abdul Muhammad, okay, to bury him. I mean, that's a crisis. That's my spiritual mother right there. That's my spiritual mother right there. Another joint. Hold it up right here. Another joint right here. My Aswa Queen, Freemasonry, the origin of Freemasonry. Now look at me right quick. I think Aswa crazy. This message is for you. Aswa don't like nobody getting his information out. Aswa don't like nobody getting his information out. Aswa don't like nobody getting his information out.
But this is wrong information in this street. This right here belongs to all of us, man. Yo, I want you to stop calling me, asking me if I'm selling your tape. Hell no, I ain't selling your tape. Yo, I want you to stop calling me, asking me if I'm selling your tape. Hell no, I ain't selling your tape. Another joint right here. My iSwat quick.
They could buy your products and number.
Yeah, I wanted to follow through with something. I asked you about that with Jabari for a reason. So this was a year ago. Now watch this. I'm gonna show you something. This is one of the videos I put up called "The This gonna be real interesting.
Well, can you say the name because he was breaking up when you said the name?
Oh, the video, if they go to my YouTube, but this one is called The Convicts of Consciousness, Part 4.
Part 4. Okay, I'm gonna look for it. Part 4. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen if it's okay.
Yeah, of course, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, brother.
I don't know why Shaka sticking on my end.
All right, so
Shaka, how comes I can't see you moving?
Am I moving now?
Nah, I don't know if it's just mine.
I see you moving. I see you moving.
All right, now I see you.
Okay.
All right, y'all see the screen that changed?
Yeah, we see.
Yeah,
we see
your
screen.
screen.
We see screen. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, here we go.
The God that they're serving was a supporter of that. That's why. So that God was not there for you. That God was there for the abuser and the spirits that they used to bring in all the victims that they had. That's what they don't understand. And that the God of Islam, Christianity, and Judaism got the same 4 gods in it. The moon god, the earth god, the underworld god, those are the top 3. But then you have Leviathan as a water god. So that force can be all different types of beings at once. But it's Tahuti, Geb, and Osiris. Those are the top 3 main gods that went against the sun god, which make them the 4th god. Well, really the first god, because the sun god predates. So in order of the spirits, the sun.
You know what I mean? It's
and they all work together. That's why it says, go ahead.
So sibling, so out of the house of convicts, aka the house of consciousness.
Damn right.
Like, who has potentially got their hands clean in this year? Because you've got Jabari.
He's just gonna be guilty by association. If they can't prove anything of him doing anything criminal, because he knew. I gotta hold on. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Hold on, player. Hold on. Let me see.
We can't leave anybody out, man. You know what I mean? There's just main players in this thing, but we've also got people who are again, they're co-signing the folly. They've been eloquent with their tones, trying to say let's wait until quote unquote justice is allegedly served.
Can you
or just us?
Hold on. Can you see my screen?
You're still sharing the book.
Okay, let me stop the screen share and let me show you this. Hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, now let me screen share this again. I'm sorry.
Oh, good, man. I'm good.
I hit the wrong thing. Hold on. Now watch this.
Where we going with this here?
Now, this is an inbox conversation I had with Jabari. You see that? It said Jabari Osaze.
Yeah.
All right? Because people, this all the way back into 2018. Now, watch this. I'm trying to let it generate. Hold on, let it generate. Let it generate. Okay, now we at the top. Right? Jabari Osaze, Facebook, your friend on Facebook, lives in New York, right? First time I contacted him was 5
2918, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But then I said, brother, I just saw your video on Polite's attack on the Hebrew Israelites and his supporter, Dr. York. This is him talking to me. I was not aware of the many of the issues you described. I have spoken with Polite cordially in public. I will refrain from doing so again until he answers for so many issues that have been brought to my attention. Thanks for staying on this issue, brother. I told him that Polite was full of fish. He hit me back and told me this, right? Now, this is May 29th, 2018. Now watch. Then I said, true mental cosmic peace. I am very surprised, I typo, in a good way that you responded. I know you are very busy and your time is important. If you think that was bad, LOL, you need to see what Prince York has done. When the Nawapian thing is stolen and distorted, it's actually ancient as it's found in the Metanetta. But anyway, me and my, I meant to put my wife, would love to speak with you and present you with a few gifts as a token of appreciation as a member of our race. Please respond in kind, true to cosmic peace. All right, now type surprise, not that word, type on my bad. All right. Then I got Solomon York's brother explains homosexual. I said, this is Dr. York's son explaining homosexuality as original creation and taught in ancient Kemet. Prince York believed we all came from gay aliens and Akhenaten was gay as well. I told Sarnetta to stop promoting the Wapians. This is what I'm telling you, right? They've been informed. All right? And keep going. Prince York trial countdown part 2. These are videos. All right, true peace. Prince York lied when he said York wasn't a Jesus figure for them. This been happening on his B-Day for some years now. And I sent him the Savior's Day poster they had in 2018. Then he hit me back and said, Savior's Day, I had more material on that point. He flipped out, LOL. I said, LOL, we need to talk. All right. I agree. I've been meaning to chat with Brother Chuck as well. I'm just about to get in the car with the wife for a long trip. I'll call you in a bit later, my sis, so you can block this number out too.
Yeah.
All right, so I said be safe. All right, so rest of these is Prince York videos. This before he went to court. And I sent Sarnetta video footage. I told Sarnetta about the Prince York being guilty. We had the documents, and the same thing this Negro said was, you know how the white man is. But now he want to pull out the same records when other Negroes he beefing with. But when I told him we got Prince York guilty verdicts and all of that, he didn't want to accept that. Right? The Wapian confusion, myths, the Liberian lies. Dr. York tells the Wapians to support the LGBT. The Wapians,
I remember that.
Yeah, the Wapians in Trinidad, York lost Liberian case. One of York's ex-wives was a victim. I interviewed her. Dr. York agrees that Hebrews at 13 is old enough for marriage. What else I got? Black Code exposed nationwide. Zabaka Hebrew Israelite confirmed York slept with his members. I mean, I gave him a lot of information leading up to Prince York before we got in trouble, right? But the point of the matter is, Jabari was told, and he after that interview, after I hit him with that, he still was seen with Polite after that.
Countless amount of comments. It would be great to see those two brothers sitting there. And once I posted this picture with Brother Sarnetta, they said, well, great. Maybe Polite could sit down with Jabari.
well, I was sitting here going, how is Polite introducing Jabari? How does that happen? Because you know the community, whatever happens in the community.
Y'all seeing this up to date? It looks like it's lagging on my end.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's on our end. It's okay.
Okay, so that was the point I was just wanted to make.
Yeah.
That I reached out to Jabari 2 years, 2018, before this, whatever that one you showed, and he basically was acting like he wasn't gonna deal with the guy until he talked to him about what I had sent him specifically, because I've been on the Dr. York thing for years, and I gave him personal stuff that he could use, because he debated Prince York, but you wanted to debate Prince York about what York was doing and being a Jesus figure and all this, but he wouldn't debate and expose Polite. They not different. They follow the same man. One just kin to him. And it just never happened. Again, all this stuff that Polite was doing, Jabari was aware of it. And you hanging with the guy and y'all talking, acting like it's all good. And this is
And then when somebody brings it up, then he say something else. And then when someone brings it up to him, he act like he's not with it. He's, concerned.
Right.
But then later come back out in public like nothing ever was told. Nothing was ever said. Yeah, I see the point. It's a pattern.
There you go. All of them are corrupt
Yep.
individuals.
All of them the same. Like I've been saying, bro, there's no way people could not see what's going on. They all in cahoots. Oh, they just riding the wave because they profiting off it. You know what I mean? So they don't stand for nothing. And it's funny, like all these, like it's crazy, bro. All these things you just said, like I ain't never know all of this. You know what I mean? Dr. Yuckson, and you know what I mean? Like because I don't really follow these people. You know, whoever hold these people to any standard, I just don't see how they do it. Like like
young hero, Prince York, Dr. York's son. He really looks like him, physically. I mean, the face.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the panel a lot, and that's before he really had Jabari as the main guy.
Right.
Polite's been the main guy for a long time. Before that, he used to be SETI. And then I remember the accusation that came out. But I saw Garfield interviewing or having some sort of discussion with Prince York.
That's right.
But, gay aliens, man. Now, Prince York talked about that, but
that's crazy.
Malachi York, he didn't talk about that, did he?
Yeah, he no, when he was out, no. But when York got arrested, he put out a message that a couple days before they came to arrest him, he was on a search for what he called
let it out.
Oh man, it's too much, man. Yo, it's crazy because one of these days, man, I'm gonna just take you into my into our noon versus the Nawapians, man, and the documentation itself will have you like spitting up. If you was if Sarnetta really gave a darn, all he had to do was come to Facebook. It's like 3-4 groups we got with everything they ever taught, and you be like, yo, ain't no way these dudes supposed to be to walk the streets around other people's kids. They done had parades in New York with Dr. York's picture with what he's guilty of. And it's like, how do y'all even allow that? But y'all get mad when the police do this and this and that.
Yeah.
But y'all overlook something that's pedophilia is serious because it diverts your future. When you allow your children to be bothered, it diverts your future corrupt. And that's what I'm saying, man. But he was talking about 3-4 days before they arrested him, he was looking for hermaphrodites. And I'm like, what man is looking for hermaphrodites? And they would just, every stuff they put, he get messages out to his people, and they just put it out, and we just bang it out in the group. We'll bring it in there, boom, 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 and just like, yo, this don't make no sense. But that's what they believe at with the temple of the Dendera. I kid you not. They believe that they put a child in the middle of a hermaphrodite, meaning a male with both sex organs, and a hermaphrodite with a female with both sex organs, and they supposed to have sex with the kid in the middle of that. And this is documented. I got all the documents. And they swore that ain't what it means. I said, what you mean that ain't what it means?
You don't understand.
Like, I don't understand. Then when they added,
You have to look deeper.
and then you got to go, and it's going to open a gay portal in the Dendera temple. And gay aliens was going to come in, and they was going to be to escape. I said,
aliens.
do y'all
That cracks me up.
do y'all understand the mental sickness of that?
Well, it makes me feel like these people that know anything about that, that's pretending to not know something about that, it makes me, it makes them real suspect.
I'm telling
That's
you
what
now.
it say to me, like real suspect.
And Sod gave them a golden seat whenever they want to come up there. And every time they was up there, either Chuck will come in the chat or I be in the chat, and all he does is ignore that. And that's again, it'd be different if we handle facts and we just, typing in the chat. But he knows me. Sonetta got my number. He knows me when I call. And I got all the clips when I call telling him about Prince York and all of them. And he would just turn his head. The same way when Polite was robbing Crypto Roots, rest in power. He robbed that man for by 80 grand. And that man was in Hawaii. He didn't know his father. His father died. He was living on the beach in Hawaii. His father died. He got like $120K in insurance money. And he seen Polite trick that man to come from Hawaii to Cali. I think it was in Cali. And then he just started taking that man money, have him driving around. The dude was saying Polite was eating meat. He was a fake vegan, renting cars back to back, talking about he was going to get him in these courses. He raped that man by 80 grand. Then the man died. We kept, spreading the rumor and stuff around. Then I think Akeisha Shabazz was going in on him, going live. I mean, we called up there. It was like, yo.
Yeah, the lawyer,
Yeah, the
right?
lawyer. Mm-hmm.
But you remember all of a sudden she stopped, so I think she got some phone calls, because I remember Polite was kind of low-key bragging about it. He said, well, I told people take it easy on sis. You know what I'm saying? But keep going.
Yeah, I know what she said. Yeah, she stopped and took everything down, but she did say that she sent everything to the right people. That's the last thing she said about that.
Yeah, but then she put up some videos again,
Right.
After a while, she put them up again. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, man. When somebody called up there and asked Polite about Crypto Roots, and saw them try to act like they didn't hear the guy. And this was not too long because he died overseas. He went overseas. He had a baby with this chick, and he ended up dying over there. He got sick and died. And we was real upset about that. But yeah, Sonetta definitely acted like he didn't know who Crypto was, and he blocked the caller and hurried up and hung up on him. Like he's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
He's a piece of crap. Fact. And he's always showing his negative nature. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, that was just evil, man, with that. But go ahead. That's all I wanted to bring up on that particular. Because I got other videos. If you're ready, I can just.
I'm ready. Feel free, brother.
All right, let me pull something else up because I know you wanted to. Let me see.
Shaka won all the dirt. I mean, that's what it is at this point.
No,
Shaka won all the dirt, man. He don't care, man.
Not the information. That's the information.
I'm sorry. I belittled information, the term information. Called it, but man.
So we got Jabari out the box. All right. We got Saw out the box, disrespecting
Ashwa
Kwesi. And let me see. Who else can we pull out of this? We got part 9. Let me see. There's so many.
Yeah, you got a library, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all know about. Let me see.
It's like when I go to a new museum.
Yeah.
It's one of my greatest joy ever, man. I enter, I look at kind of how much stuff they have, and I'm like, okay, all right. You know, dang.
But you know what? We dealing with a madman and then a whole crew of deniers. So at this point, you may as well. Why stop? Why stop any information? Because these people just, no matter what comes out, they just keep trying to deny and keep trying to make excuses for pretending like they don't see or hear anything. So it's just like, okay, you don't see or hear anything. Well, then keep on bringing more information out. This, because this. I mean, man. Oh man.
Yeah, they deniers, they enablers, and
Reflectors, man. They're telling us that we are wrong.
Yeah, their mind is gone, man. Their mind is gone. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's just get her out the way. Let's get Sutek out the way. Let's get Miss Sutek out the way.
A lot of people don't know Sutek, man, but he's a long time homie of
No, I'm talking about the sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Melanin Sutek. Let's get her on out the way. Now, this one is coming as far the Convicts of Consciousness Part 6. So,
that's gonna be juicy. I remember what you said yesterday.
Yeah. Y'all can see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's what's going on now. All these people know. Just like I said before. And I'm going to say it again. Melanin Sutek. You remember her?
I certainly do. Very outspoken sister.
Right. She was selling punani.
Wait a minute.
Sarnetto's beliefs.
Whoa. Sibling. You're going to have to bring up some pro formas and some invoices and all. Nah. Give me some more information. Reference this Melanin Sutek thing. Because I heard Sarnetta trying to imply something like that.
Right, because she was doing that. And I told, and I don't know if I told you this before, it was an elder from Florida came up here for some debate. I don't know, it was between 2008 and 2009, somewhere up in there, 2010. And she would go to wherever motel they were staying at, and she would make her money doing that. And this particular elder, she went in his pockets and took more money than she supposed to have got from him. And when I guess the elder didn't want to go into the night like that, and he came out and spoke on it. And when he spoke on it, he apologized for doing that. Right? Then the girl, Melanin Sutek, she disappeared for a couple of years.
I ain't seen it since.
Right, but she came back when young Pharaoh popped up. When Pharaoh started dissing himself from Sarnetta and going against them, she used to be on it. I think she was a moderator for young Pharaoh, or she was just bigging him up on her channel. It could have been either or both. And then Sarnetta started saying things about she was selling Kuda Cat. And she was getting mad, and she said on one of her lives that y'all need to stop saying I was, selling, my body and sleeping with other men. She didn't connect it with the actual thing, but Sarnetta was live with somebody and they were saying it, but I know Sarnetta was telling them to say it. And she said it and it was on live. And I've been telling my peoples for years that was true. And she came out and confirmed it one day when she was going back and forth with Sarnetta and them doing the whole young Pharaoh thing.
He's going to take lives, family. He's going to take lives and demonize me. Sarnetta, he's going to demonize me. He's going to take lives, family. He's going to take lives and demonize me. Sarnetta, he's going to demonize me. I received a text message from this individual threatening me, and I'm going to read it to you right now. Okay, let me get to it. I'm I'm going to read you the text message right now, fam. It says, how come you didn't say anything about Shetty and Farrell last night disrespecting me? I was waiting on you to say something, but you didn't. So the next time I bang on them pussies, please mind your business. Because if I hear you say anything or text anything in their defense, I am going to bang hard on you. And believe me when I tell you, I will have so much information on you that brothers brought to me. That's him insinuating that I'm some type of whore.
And just for y'all, if y'all never seen this, this is the video's still up. I put the link in the description. Just her having she's having a bisexual confession. She dissing black men, but she talking about being bisexual and all this extra stuff, and she just ranting and bugging the hell out on this particular audio. But if you can go and click in the description, and you'll hear her talking about all of this. This again, these fake hoteps, man, it's sickening. So this is the link and what he's talking about in the bottom. Screenshots.
But none of these niggas in the conscious community even got a chance to smell me. They didn't get a chance to smell me, let alone get near my pussy. I'm gonna be a buck because I'm trying to tame myself after I won't get into the nigga role. Let me finish reading. I don't know if you fuck them or not, but he's gonna lie and say I fuck these niggas. Niggas that got crushes on me, niggas that fuck in my face, or he could just bold-face be lying. So let's keep reading. I don't know if you fuck them or not, and I don't care, but this is your last time minding my business. Please don't make me do it. I will dedicate a full day to show you, and I don't give a fuck what you say about me. And I'm not talking about just anybody. I'm talking about a Google in the conscious community. A Google in the conscious community. Matter of fact, I'm just going to let it be known. It's Brother Sonnet. He's threatening me, family. He's threatening to use his media outlet to spread lies about me. And this happened 3 years ago. It is Brother Sonetta. He's mad at young Pharaoh. And because I went on their live stream, and I wasn't even on their live stream with the video, I was in the chat room. So he's watching their chat rooms. He's watching what I'm saying, and he got mad because he feels that I'm defending Starbucks and Sonetta and Young Pharaoh. All I was doing was in the chat room. I didn't even make a video on anybody's defense. I didn't mind my business. Because y'all are all men. Men should be able to logically come together and leave emotion to the side and say, you know what, let's focus on the brotherhood. But instead, out of all the people that are supporting Young Pharaoh, you want to come out to me. Not because you know I have influential power. Let me tell you something. I am God. I am my own God. And you cannot stop my illumination. And that's what it is, honey. So you feel you want to go out there and spread lies within the conscious community, or just our community of people, and say, I am a whore. And I just read you the text message. He said he don't even know if it's true or not. He's going to take lies, family. He's going to take lies and demonize me. And demonize me. Sonetta, he's going to demonize me. Hello? No, you did this 3 years ago, sir. You did this 3 years ago, sir. You were trying to tell what I'm niggas you know ain't never fuck me. I don't fuck with none of these niggas. And you ain't nothing about when he did this last time, nigga. No, you was actually saying that. Niggas can't talk. Ain't nobody ever been in my pussy. Ain't nobody ain't never been here. You did this last time. I know you did this last time. Calm down, let's talk so we don't argue. No, you smacked me as a mother. What you mean, calm down? You did this shit last time, my nigga. Don't sit here and fight. I already got the word. I know you did it. I was on the line when you did it to me. You telling niggas is running trains on me. You did this when that 2,000 years ago. That's your shit. I was on the way. You lied. Whatever. What is this time? Go ahead and get these fuck niggas. Go ahead and get fuck niggas. Just say I ain't fuck nigga with nobody. Go ahead and get the fuck nigga. If you one person to say I got told that they did it. Yeah, how you get this city running train on me? What the fuck, man? And you spread that lie too, nigga. Don't fucking say yeah, no, I got that. Man, I never said that, nigga. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I got proof that you said it. I was on three-way. I heard you said you told he was giggling, and then you told he was like, oh, she out here fucking white boys because he saw me in Chelsea.
This is years ago, because you got to realize, because Nata Tahuti been locked up for some years. So this happened back around the time when Nata Tahuti was still out. So you talking about 2009, 10, and 11. You see what I'm saying? So it's a big gap in between when this really happened. Because she said this happened 3 years ago prior to 2021. But then she said y'all did this back during Nasser Tahuti days. And I told you, he told me that Nasser Tahuti was a pimp. And I didn't ask him about that. He just blurted that out one day. So this means that her and Nasser Tahuti were working in tandem, making money, because Tahuti was telling me he was not making money from debates back then. So Tahuti, according to everything that's going around, can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Okay, so Tahuti was pimping her to get money and splitting it. And it was a bunch of other women. I don't know who they were. I just know that this is the one of them that came out of the woodworks. So this is the type of stuff that we're dealing with in this type of situation. I'm going to keep it going.
You said Joe, she had niggas running trains on her. She don't even know her own right out there. The person that set you up, yo, you think these niggas is your friends? They put me on a freeway and never listen to you say the shit that you said about me, my nigga.
No, I never said.
Alright, if you text me though, you text me that you was gonna make videos about me like a horse.
I read that.
So you gonna make videos about falsifying information?
Every time I go ahead and make a video and I do that, you always talk about. And I just said you were going on. Barrel. No, I ain't got no barrel. Play the whole clip. What the fuck are you gonna play the whole clip for? I already played the whole clip.
I don't give a fuck about barrel or your your problem is you're trying to control people. If I'm in here live talking and I'm interacting and I'm posting in the chat room, what did I say that was offensive to you? All I said was everybody has the right to make money. However, they want to make money for off their tickets off of their events. Please tell me what I said that was in the defense of them or me. Or you out there. But you want to go out there and defame me as a mother and as a sister and I'm not that people.
I texted you. I didn't come down to nobody. I contacted you first and said, yo, fall back. Don't get into my business. Let me do it.
How am I in your business? There's thousands of people that commenting. So you're telling me I'm not allowed to they don't have to go through what's all I'm saying.
Yo, what happened to you?
What I mean? What are you talking about? You know, we're not talking about. I don't know. We're talking about. So I didn't know no.
Derek was calling Malcolm and he was in the phone for him. You telling me that I was supposed to check that shit and now I don't know like that?
Listen, I didn't say who you can everybody has the right to critique brothers and sisters in the movement, but just like the brother voiced in his video, you took it too far when you allowed a brother to come on here and wish death on another brother. You going around threatening people when you feel like they're not you bullying so now you bullying and you know it. How you trying to lie? You actually saying that you got niggas. Present some names. What niggas is you talking about that you trying to allege that I fuck or ran a train on you? You just said it was brothers. Then you said, oh no, I heard one story. So what it is? You lying, bro. You lying. And I can see that. That's what you're in some fucking corner, my nigga. That's not going down. That's why I'm lying about it. What the hell? You want to keep thinking that you want to have something over my head to control me? Oh, now you know what I'm talking about. So you don't know these text messages. Sonetta was there to give me DVDs and he helped me evolve. If anything, I did nothing. Nothing but a value. Even when people was coming at you. I didn't video or anything I ever said against you. Even if I'm in the chat with Silence of the City and Pharaoh, and I say Sonetta is this, that, and that, I didn't say anything about you. So how do you get offended that I'm in their fucking chat room? You kind of childish and like a black devil shop. And you know it. And you know it. And you wrong, my nigga. You wrong. I never came at you. I never was against you. Like, my nigga, my daughter likes you in your platform. And for her to know that you willing to do this to her mother, my nigga, you saying fuck black children. My daughter's put this on every event. So what niggas you talking about? I'm fucking. I'm supposed to be fucking niggas around my house here. My daughter's at every event. Every event. So what are these things that you alleging and in my face are trying to fuck me? No, I can't wait to watch what you're talking about. Please tell me what niggas got my number. I never contacted me on this shit. Nobody. I don't like no motherfucking body. I don't fuck with nobody. I say to myself, I say to me and my child. And you're disrupting my movement or my elevation by texting me and threatening me that you're going to try to destroy me with evilness and lies. Those frequency behavior, I take over I'm sorry for me and my child. And you're going to come out here and try to post lies. You always need to be one lie over there and say, what the elders, my nigga? You're supposed to be an elder. I would know something because I'm older than you. I don't know that you're trapped. I'm getting checked. Wait, who are you checking? So how am I wrong? Because I went and Pharaoh and studied live, and all I put in a live, I was wrong. That's what the fuck you say. I was wrong. That's what you say. I said that to you in privacy. When you text me about you being mad, I said, brother, you wrong about how you went about it. I said you have the right to go back to don't let yourself go on. We talked on a one-on-one level through a text message, correct? I told you was wrong, but I never publicly came out, Sonetta, and said you was wrong. What did you see me type in and say, Sonetta, this? I never even put your name up, dude. And for you to say that you want to make a whole video trying to destroy me as the black goddess, right? Where the black queen? Why do you have black queens on your platform? Because you're demonic. And I'm not going to have this side. Like, you destroyed me. I'm not going to make no video on you. That's a waste of time. No, but for you to even threaten me, like you came into my psyche just now. I came from a meeting in my building, creating a pop-up shop for black people in my community. So I just came and to see a text message like that, sir, when people are out here, people are trying, and I would come to a message of you trying to destroy me. This is why we don't want to be a part of this shit, right? Because you're fucking black males out there. I'm downstairs trying to find a way to get these black people in my building to make some money, and what you doing? I had to come into a text message of you saying you want to talk brothers and they fuck me on nobody, fuck I don't talk to nobody. And you gonna do that to me? I never done that to you, Sonetta. I never even publicly came on and said anything. Whatever beef you ever had, I said Sonetta was the one that helped me get to a higher level within myself. I always lied to you. You're so great at you quick to throw me under the bus, Sonetta. I'm nothing to you. I'm not a sister. I'm not a daughter. I'm not black. I'm not anything to you because you should have sat there and said, you know what? Before I touch this society's emotion, let me sit back and think, did she attack me? Everybody has a right to freedom of speech. Everybody has a right to whatever. You better be bullying me because you have a stronger following, and you like, I'm going to destroy them. So that's evil, and that's what you know. I'm not doing that. I wouldn't do that to you. Yes, you did. You did this before, Sonetta. Don't sit here. We will call people up. Listen, Sonetta, we don't know how to do by now. You make calls like a fucking telemarketing company. Hey, did you know Mary some text sucking dick and all this other shit? You will make personal phone calls.
You heard what she said? She said he called people up saying she's sucking D.
Yeah, I heard that.
Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard a whole lot.
And
Yeah,
this woman been back on his show.
Yeah,
you know what?
She's been recently back on his show.
And
apparently he would have said F her children or F her child or something, but
yeah.
You know what?
Crazy, man. These people
to
ain't
me,
got no standards. Go ahead.
Yeah, to me, it seemed like somebody put a message about him being a narcissist, and when you speak out against him, he always says it. But to me, it seemed like something else. To me, it seemed like he's doing the dirty work for other people. Like he's cooperating, because how can all these people that always have problems with other people always end up being put out? Like he's the one releasing the information directly himself about these people. Like, and her issue was with somebody else, but he knew something about it. Like he knows something about all of them, but it's always like some sideway. Like to me, it looks like there's some level of cooperation, like with Polite, even like somebody else said, it looked like he's trying to protect him. Like, by going at other people that bring up certain issues. So, I mean, you know, but anyway, I don't want to say so much, but why? Because there's something illogical about this. Like this woman said she didn't come out against him, but yet this man just keeps on hammering down on her no matter what. Like almost like he was going to hammer down on her anyway.
Right, because he couldn't control her. He wanted her to do more than, like you said, this is beyond her being in somebody's life and just talking and not dissing him. And the fact that he wanted her not to be doing any of that and to do what he said. And look, the same way he got mad with Shaka yesterday, soon he get mad, the first thing he start talking about is sex.
Right.
Same thing with her. He got mad with her. The first thing he want to drop is sex. See, the difference is he ain't got no proof on Shaka, but he got facts on her. And but you can see the pattern. And that's what he does. He always goes there. The same thing with Sister Noble. When she was over there ranting on her page, that Dave was trying to say that she was saying certain things on the phone about her sex organ, and she said it wasn't true. But because Sarnetta is always trying to linger, rope them into sexual conversations on the phone so he could record it.
Oh yeah, he do that to everybody. Sister Nandi, all of them, bro. He like he'll have a number of them. He whenever he getting anything, he bring up some sexual deviant nonsense, and all of them do that. You know what I mean? And they just like Judah Nas, he always calling somebody some name or something, but he the one that been involved in all kind of alternative scandals. Like what I'm saying, it's prophetic, man.
Oh, you know, brother Tar. I think at one point, she said that he told her, "Don't make me do it," or did he say it himself? But that's familiar with Polite. Don't make me do it.
There you go. See,
exactly.
So that means he have evidence.
Yes.
That's what, there you go. If you watch these deviants enough, you can see the pattern. It's always the same thing. That's why Reggie, all of them go back. Same thing with Inky. Inky only was doing that because he wanted to be back in Sarnetta's good graces. That's why he pumped buck shots into Polite. That was all that was. They just want to be back around for whatever reason. And they'll go Ali to Muhammad. They fell out with him when he got exposed that fake doctrine.
Fake doctorate degree.
That fake degree.
PhD with a mistake, a spelling mistake. And if I'm not mistaken, he was on Scam Cheddar's couch.
Yes, he was. He was one of the early guys. He was like the second generation after Taj Tariq Bey and them, because he was up there with all of them, with those Moors that was using that UCC stuff. Abundance Child, all of them people.
Oh, I forgot about that sister. Yeah, Sabir Bey, Taj Tariq Bey.
There you go.
And Alim Bey and many others that will come and go. But I want to tell you, Tar, there's one thing that's not really sitting too well with me, because he said these are You said hoteps or fake hoteps, like gives
Yeah,
me
but
bad
and then when
memory
I
of an
get
era
to
of people used to say hotep n-word, you know.
right, but see, you gotta understand when we say that over here, it has no disrespect to people who respect ancient Kemet and the greeting, but it's because these dudes, it's not just,
Yeah.
it's because Hotep means peace, and I addressed this a couple videos back. Anybody that comes in to do dirt, whether it's a politician, they always come in peace. But then it's always an agenda behind them. So they always and look what Sonetta and them say, peace family, peace family, peace
Yep.
family, Hotep family, and then they do you. So
Yep.
I say Hotep hustlers because that's what they using peace to hustle. And
Just
it's
like
like
the
it's nothing we
churches,
can
yeah.
do about that until something comes in and separate them from stop misusing greetings from our ancestors. So I don't use Hotep as a disrespect. That's just what they've done to it. You see what I'm saying?
That's what they done to it. It's true. That's what they done to it.
And that's what
And we had to watch them.
Right. So yeah, I respect, the greeting Hotep. It's not, we not like that. But when it's no different than a preacher. When a preacher get ready to do their thing, amen, let the church say amen and praise the Lord. They
Mhm.
those same greetings,
Mhm.
peace, right? Butter you up. And then they start the foolishness. And they just
Yo, Tar.
Or they behind closed doors touching little boys. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, Tar. Now that video we just watched.
Right.
Now you said that Tahuti was pimping her out.
Because I'm
Okay.
piecing it together. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, but was that before this conversation happened with her and
Yeah, there
and
was
Sarnetta?
yeah. This
And
is
do you think and Sarnetta knew about it?
of course because she was doing it for him.
So now see now this is that's the thing right there. That's the thing right there.
That's
See,
mm-hmm.
that's that right there to me it looks like cooperation,
There you
like
go.
threats coming out to put somebody in check,
Mm-hmm.
to keep somebody in line with something they is trying to reject,
Right.
move away from, get away from.
Right.
And now you got somebody else conveniently now threatening to expose you, threatening to do all these dastardly things to you. And it's like, that's why. Well, we said the term before, CC, it's like,
community.
and also something else. That got something to do with criminal, you know, you know,
And it just it's the same thing all over and
OCC,
over, man. It's
so
like
OCC, it's like,
when you
what's up with these?
yeah, when you were listening to the conversation, it's like even when she was talking to Sanetta, it's the same old holes in a bucket, like his water don't hold no weight. He was talking, but then it was like he couldn't answer no questions. Like if you saying things, you better come with the proof and facts. Regardless, I don't know that person from nowhere, but regardless of what she did or used to do, you know what I'm saying? Like he just like it's just like any one of them. Like whenever they step out of line, you know what I mean? Like he said, don't make me do it. Don't make
There
me
you
bring
go.
it out. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like it become a trend with him, regardless if he has nothing or don't. He says that because he gets away with it so many times, so it becomes routine. It like he don't even think about the situation. He know that when he say that, people going to jump to conclusions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, and it's just a shame, like, you know what I mean, for her to be back on this guy chat, just like all of them, man. Like I told you, this guy don't disrespect all of them, bring them all their business, personal business out. People wouldn't know nothing about these characters, you know what I'm saying? So in saying that, they still there acting a fool, they, like I said, they stuck on stupid. And when it comes to these women, especially when you see they in too involved, they stuck on stupid because these men character, no noble woman or stand-up woman wouldn't stand for that. It's only indoctrinated women. And just like he said, they bang on each other wives. So these women are so indoctrinated As long as you have some stupid belief and you could fool them, they will run to you. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with so-called Napa. You know, and she wanna come out there like somebody supposed to respect her. Her mouth so dirty and stink is ridiculous. The words that have come out your mouth and the things you say about people, then you want to turn around and talk around like you some goddess or have some kind of principles.
Right.
Like these same men that bash you and call you all kind of things, put your business out there, cuss you out. Now you coming back and act like his friend, but then you want to turn around and act like somebody supposed to respect you. Like these people, so just like the same book they follow, they contradict themselves more than anything, you know. But like
I
I
don't
said,
even know what she believes in, you know, actually. You know, the same thing with Saul. You asked him, he said, well, I don't care about Ramesses and this, that, and the third. So what are you following?
But a lot of people have Kemetic names, and a lot of Moors as well have Kemetic names, and they may have L at the end or Bay at the end.
Right.
A few may have L first, but you know, well, many people have Kemetic names, and you think, you know, that they are Kemetic or followers of Kemet, but they be on some other stuff, and some may not be Moors or Moorish, but you know, they just have, like, you know, some name information in Egypt, but they're not following the culture or anything. It's just, you know, to look good, you know. But you know, I must admit, I'm feeling sleepy and I have to work tomorrow morning. But I'm sure you have a lot of receipts to share with us. Could we do this next Saturday, same time, 4 p.m. EST?
This was cool. How many hours you ahead of me? It's 6:25 where I'm at.
Well, I'm in France, and it is 26 past midnight here. You see?
Okay, you 6 hours ahead of me.
Yeah. Oh.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
And you was up early too. You was up before I did. When I seen the email, I said, "Damn, he up."
But yeah, I'm looking forward to hear that. So let's say next Saturday, 4 p.m. EST. So I'll have the week for my schooling, because I'm very late on my schooling, you know. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do, man. But I want to thank your brothers and sisters. Well, there's no sisters on the panel, but they are in the chat. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward for next Saturday. So spread the word. Next Saturday, 4 p.m. in EST. I'm gonna look for a title like, you know, receipt time or something like that, you know. All right, brothers. I'm gonna make my closing remarks. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I to do a Necheru Hotel?
Now, for the record, for those who don't know.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Oh, is it all right that I use clips from the videos that we do?
Of course, brother. Okay? Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem. I mean, you appear on them, so it's very cool, brother.
Okay,
of course,
cool.
Feel free, brother.
All right.
And that goes for. I don't mind if people use some clips, you know what I'm saying. All right. So peace, brothers.
All right, true.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving middle nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time, and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the meta nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neture class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'at4ever.